6 years after launching a corruption investigation against former Ohio House Speaker Cliff Rosenberger, the federal government closed the investigation without filing any charges. U.S. Attorney Ken Parker notified Rosenberger through a letter sent to his attorney that the investigation is over. But it also ended Rosenberger's political career. Tonight, only on 4, he says after being dragged through the mud, he's entitled to public vindication.
It's been a great relief. It's vindication in my eyes for myself. And it's also an important step for the members that believed in me, constituents that believed in me, and the staff that worked for me to know that, you know what, they work for an honorable administration.
Soon after 2018 raids on his home and office, Rosenberger resigned as Speaker. He was the focus of a pay-to-play investigation, and there were rumors he slow-walked legislation to reform payday lending. He denies all of it and says the rumors and misinformation can be traced to the man who succeeded him as Speaker, a man who is now in prison for leading the House Bill 6 First Energy bailout scheme, Larry Householder.
I do believe that was a setup. And
was it a setup because in order for him to carry out the House Bill 6 scheme, he had to be the Speaker? And in order for him to be the Speaker, you had to be gone. Is that right? Is that what you contend?
That's what I contend.
Did the federal government ruin your life?
Well, they didn't make it easy. But, you know, as I've said in the past, I resigned from the position because I genuinely believe, unlike some folks that's held my position, that the Speaker's office is more important than the person or the individual serving it.
Rosenberger's resignation came amid rumors he was too cozy with State House lobbyists. You did take trips, including a trip to London,
Absolutely,
that were paid for by lobbyists, by people who wanted influence at the State House. Mm-hmm. So does that, maybe not illegal, but does it pass the smell test?
Look, that happens. You know, Ohio's a pretty important state. We are at the forefront of a lot of things. And I think to have a representative of Ohio out there in the forefront and participating in a lot of these things are important. You know, do I think there needs to be more oversight, and do I think there needs to be more transparency? Absolutely. Did I clear every trip through ethics and make sure that we were doing everything that was appropriate? Absolutely. And that's why I believe I'm sitting here today. I mean, look, I went through an FBI investigation that was very intense, and anybody that's been able to go through one of these, it's kind of like putting vinegar through a coffee pot, that you don't miss anything. So I am confident in that what my staff did and what the actions we did in every one of these things were on the highest ethics and made sure that we crossed our T's and dotted our I's.
Rosenberger says he now works as an independent consultant focusing on mental health and programs for the elderly and veterans. Much more of that interview Sunday morning at 10 on The Spectrum.